And joining us right now is Manish Purohit, former ISRO scientist and space educator. Thank you so much for your time. Manish Purohit, I want to begin by asking you, just talk to us about what next. The docking takes place in about roughly less than 40 minutes from now. We are on standby waiting for that historic moment, really. But how do things move from here on?
Docking maneuver is a very well calculated and very well orchestrated kind of a stepwise process, and it is very critical also. If anything, even there is a slightest of error while doing the maneuvers and alignment, then that can result in big catastrophes. So, if you look at the whole process, after the launch, around 40 to 45 minutes after the launch, there was first engine burn for the Dragon module to align it with International Space Station. That was yesterday, 45 minutes after the launch. And since then, there have been multiple engine burns and maneuvers to align the Dragon module to International Space Station for docking. Right now, we are in a phase which is called the close approach initiation, when we are approaching International Space Station from over and above towards the docking port. Now, at this point, the things move very, very slowly in a stepwise motion, and gradually we will reduce the distance in meter by meter, meter by meter when we are approaching. And then this duration of 36 minutes, this whole time they will be continuously monitoring the distance, the alignment, the position. Thrusters will be firing, they will be aligning it with the International Space Station. Once we are in the close approach, then there is a petal kind of an arrangement which is called International Docking Adapter that captures softly to the other side where the docking has to happen on the International Space Station. It captures it very softly. We call it soft capture. Once that's done, then latches will open and they will hold the Dragon module. We called it hard capture. Once that is done, then Dragon module will align with International Space Station, and International Space Station will start powering the Dragon and start reading the data from the Dragon. It will become kind of a part of International Space Station. But still, things are not over yet. Still, Shubhanshu Shukla will not be moving in to the International Space Station. Now the next steps comes in, that is pressurizing the vestibule. So that connecting tunnel that connects the Dragon to International Space Station, it is pressurized such that the pressure inside the Dragon, the pressure in that connecting tunnel, the vestibule, and the pressure on the International Space Station side, they all are same. Once that is confirmed, once it is confirmed that the latch is rigid, there is no leak, pressures are perfect, everything is good to go, then hatch is open, and once the hatch opens from one side, on the Dragon side, astronauts will gradually move into the International Space Station, and then the meet and greet ceremony will happen.
Wow, this is so amazing. It's like as if it's going to be their home, in fact, at least for the next 2 weeks or so. I want to get a sense from you, Manish Purohit. They will be there at the International Space Station, and the actual work will really start. Around 60 experiments, of which 7, I believe, Group Captain Shukla himself is in fact leading. If you could give us an idea about the significance of this as well, and also your views on what you saw earlier today, this morning, if at all, the webcast really from space, which was in fact for all our viewers to see. They were speaking to us from space, and also Group Captain, Shubhanshu Shukla spoke in Hindi. He greeted the people on Earth and said, this is I'm not alone in this. I carry the hopes of 1 billion plus
We all
people
are
with me.
together.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the whole nation right now is going on this mission. Shubhanshu Shukla is flying personally, and we all are with him through our emotions, through our feelings, and through our prayers and wishes. See, because India is planning big on the space front. We have adopted new space policy. We have enacted different entities for commercialization of the space, to use the space to proliferate the business, and to make maximum out of this space economy. It's a $1 trillion kind of a market right now, which is going to move ahead with much more bigger vigor and much more acceleration. So the market is going to be huge, and we are taking our initial steps towards the human space flight. So this particular mission, when Shubhanshu Shukla is flying on Axiom 4, going to the International Space Station, and carrying out those 7 experiments. This is our beginning, the beginning of the India's human space flight program, because we have our own Gaganyaan inside. We have our first G1 flight of the Gaganyaan program in this year, maybe later, sometime in November and December. Then we will have continuous flights of Gaganyaan mission. We have our own crewed flight planned in 2027, 2028 and 29. We have our first module of Bharatiya Antariksh Station planned to be placed in the orbit. So this is a very humble beginning of a very big dream. And if you talk about the experiments that Shubhanshu Shukla will be doing on International Space Station, see, International Space Station is a laboratory. It is there for doing experiments, and the experiments that are done there, they have helped humanity in a big role. In a very, very big way, it has helped humanity in different aspects. If you talk about pharmacy, if you talk about designing something new, something better, some better materials. So what we are right now experimenting is with, let's say if we have to have a sustained stay in space, what can be the good options of space-rich food? So Shubhanshu Shukla might be doing some experiments on certain kind of algae and bacteria, cyanobacteria, which can serve the purpose of nutrient-rich, highly concentrated food source.
That's right. And also, apart from that, the other experiments that would be carried out over the period of 2 weeks or so would hold a lot of clues into how things work, outside of Earth, in space, how difficult things are, how different really things are. All of this is going to be kept an eye on. Manish Purohit.
Yes, 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 surely. See, actually, what I'm talking about here is not just these 60 experiments
Yes.
that Axiom 4 mission will do. There are continuous experiments going on in space, on International Space Station for the last 20-25 years. And those experiments, that research that is carried out on International Space Station, it is playing a big role down here on Earth, serving the humanity. See, we are planning to have plants in space. Why we need that? Think about a mission to Mars. One-way journey towards the Mars around 1 year. Coming back, so effectively you are supposed to be in space for 2 years. Then what about the nutrition? What about the food? When we talk about International Space Station, then you can gradually move to International Space Station. You can send the cargo, you can send one more mission, as was the case in Sunita Williams. She was stuck there, but then next crew flew to the International Space Station. She came back. But if you're traveling all the way to Mars, it will take around 9 months to reach Mars, and then you have to you have to stay there, and you have to come back again 9 months. So for that, you have to understand the space better. You have to understand the long-term effect of space travel on human body, on your muscles, on your bone density, on every aspect of it, and you should have a very clear-cut idea how it affects the source of nutrition for you. So these are the things that they are going to do right now when they are flying to the International Space Station.